Hi everyone, so I thought I'd give you an update. Today is our last full day in Epsom. Tomorrow we're here for a bit of the day and we've got a family get together meal in the evening, and then we're staying overnight in one of the hotels in Gatwick. Because we're coming to the end of our kind of journey before moving, I thought I would just give you my top 10 things that I think, if you're planning on emigrating yourself, that you might want to take into consideration. So number one is it can take a long time. We've been going through this process now for quite a few months. When I moved to Mexico for work, I literally got offered the job and moved out a couple of days, week later. Whereas this has been 4 or 5 months now that we've been kind of going through the process. So I would just say prepare for that. Bear with it. It can take a long time. The communication might not be great. I'm just speaking in regards to going to Malaysia. I don't know about other areas. It might be a lot quicker. But for us, certainly, it's taken a long time. And obviously the time zone's different. So communication can be quite slow, and they do have a lot of holidays. So you might put something in and then find out they're not in work for a week. Number 2 kind of follows on from that, and it's don't let it catch you out. So for us, where things have been quite slow moving, there's so many things that we thought we wanted to do, people we wanted to see, like places we wanted to go before leaving the UK. And we kept thinking, oh, we'll do that tomorrow, or we've got time to do that next week. And this last time has gone so quickly. We've not done everything we wanted to do, which is a real shame. So I would just say, if there's things you want to do before moving, just do them. It doesn't matter if you haven't got a moving date yet. Don't be worried about people thinking, oh well, they're coming to visit us and it's not all confirmed yet. Just go and do it, because I think it's better that you go and see your loved ones and say goodbye to people you want to say goodbye to early on than to not manage to see them at all. So number 3 is do your research. So I think it's really important before you accept any jobs or confirm to move anywhere to just kind of check out what the area's like. Look into things like the dress code, especially for women. Make sure it's somewhere that you're happy to live. Like just simple things like the food. For instance, Malaysia's got a lot of spicy food. I love spicy food. Tim loves spicy food, so it's great for us. But other people might struggle with that. Make sure things like the climate are good for you. If you struggle with the heat, maybe look into things like that. I know that Tim got offered some other jobs which look great on paper and you could quite easily get excited about. And then once you research into them, maybe not everything's kind of suitable for you. It doesn't mean it's not great for somebody else, but it might not be right for you. So my 4th thing is learn the lingo. Now, this is something we didn't do due to my 2nd point before, that we thought we had loads of time and that we downloaded this online course to learn Malay, and we have done none of it. So I would say it's really important, even though it's something we haven't done yet. We're crazy trying to learn a few bits and pieces. I think it's important just to know things like your please and thank yous, good mornings, and like where's the toilet, just simple things. I think it goes a long way, even though a lot of countries speak English now. I think to be able to speak to someone in their native tongue is really polite, and it's just a good thing to do. My 5th thing is just to be honest. I know it sounds like a weird one, but I think it's a bit of a roller coaster going through the process. And I think if you're going through it with a partner, or even if you're going on it on your own and you've got friends and family around, just really be honest with them and let them know what you're going through and how you're feeling. Because some days you might be struggling, other days you might feel great. I think there are times in the process that can be tough, and I think you need to have a good support system around you, and the more open you are, the easier it is for people to help you. So I would definitely say be honest, especially with a partner if you're travelling with them. Things like being honest about things that you've got concerns about and stuff like that you can kind of work out together, because there's no point holding it in and not sharing how you feel. So my 6th point is what to pack. So I would say for us personally, You might feel differently, but we had a look and found out that buying clothes out in Malaysia is pretty cheap. So we decided we wanted to take more things that meant stuff to us. So take like picture frames and pictures, things that had sentimental value that we couldn't rebuy out there and that would make it feel more homely once we get there. Because I think it's really important when you're in a foreign country and maybe you just don't feel quite the same as when you do at home, that beginning period when you feel a bit homesick, to have a few things that make you feel like you can feel comfortable when you're back home is really, really important. The 7, and it's how you might feel. So for instance, with us at the moment, I can only speak for us. I think at this time I thought I would be crazy excited, full of energy, and actually it can be really tiring. We've not done loads of physical stuff, but it can be mentally and physically draining, and your body can feel that as well. I mean, I apologise for the state of me. I've had a load of spots come up and a sty and just haven't been sleeping well, and it does take its toll on you, and I think that's completely normal, or at least I hope it's normal, because otherwise I'm on my own. If you're going through it yourself, feel free to comment and let me know that I'm not the only one. But I think that's normal. You've got so much going through your head, so many different emotions. I mean, I feel quite calm inside, but obviously my body's acting out a little bit with it. So that's just one. Just be aware that you might not feel 100% all the time, might feel tired. It's completely normal. My next 2 are quite practical. So number 8 is banking. So I would just say make sure you contact your bank, let them know that you're moving abroad. Check with your bank whether that's something you can actually transfer over or not. I know with our bank we can't, and if we use our accounts out there it's going to be really expensive, so we need to open a Malaysian bank account. So that's something you might need to look into. Number 9 is phone. Just make sure your phone contract has come to an end before you go, or that you've paid your way out of it. We were quite lucky. Ours was naturally coming to an end, so we just bought a pack code. So we just had like a monthly, almost like credit, come onto our phone, and that can be stopped at any time, which is really good. Also, make sure that you've had your phone unlocked, because when you get out there, you're going to want to put a local SIM in. It's going to be too expensive to use a UK SIM. So contact your provider and make sure that you can unlock that. It can take up to 2 weeks, so make sure you do that in advance. Doesn't mean you can't carry on using your phone as it is, it just means if you want to take the SIM out, you can do. My last kind of bit of knowledge, I would say, is just don't plan too much. It's something that we've learned. Don't kind of get het up on the little kind of, we'd like to go here, we're going to do that, what if this happens, what if that happens. I mean, you just can't plan for it. Just go out there, see how you get on, and take each day as it comes. Like, you're just going to have to go with the flow. I love to kind of have everything planned and know what I'm doing. So does Tim. So it's been a real kind of challenge and learning curve for both of us. We've kind of learned that actually we're just going to have to put one foot in front of the other and see what each day brings. I mean, it's going to be an exciting adventure. And we're learning loads already about ourselves and about each other. So yeah, I mean, I say as a whole, it's an amazing experience. Don't be frightened if you do get a bit stressed out. I think that's normal. But yeah, so last full day in Epsom, and then we're off to Gatwick tomorrow, seeing the family. I will try and do some filming there, and you can see all our friends and family before we go. So thank you for listening, and I will speak to you tomorrow.